Hello and good morning. This is Samuel. Yeah, so I mistakenly recorded 1 hour 20 something minutes of this particular video without recording the audio, and I'm so pissed. But anyways, I'll still redo everything, but this time around it'll be much faster. So you sent me data, right? You sent me data that you wanted to see if we can actually use it in Excel, in whether we can use this data in Microsoft, in SPSS, right? Whether we can use exactly the way it is in SPSS to analyze data. And then I said no, it's not possible, right? And I said it's not possible. It's not possible because if we practicalize it, you'll see now. I'll just put in a replica of the data into SPSS. By the time I do that, let's just wait, right? Okay, by the time you bring it in, say import data Excel, data analysis, this is the file you sent to me, and then I say open, and then I say okay to this dialog box, right? What happens is that it opens up the data file. This is the data file. As you can see, these are all strings. For the purpose of data analysis, SPSS does not recognize strings. Okay, strings, right? Then if you check, all these other options are not properly formatted, so that by the time you say analyze descriptives, frequencies, and you bring in everything, and then you say okay, it's still going to generate something for you, but this is so incorrect. As you can see, the total is what? Total for some of this is 27, the missing values are 27, like that. In your original questionnaire, in this file, you have a total of 117, right? 117. So you see, right from the onset, this is wrong on so many different levels. So because of that, we cannot use direct data. We cannot use direct data from Excel and use it for analysis. But what we can do is we can take that data you have, open SPSS. Remember, this is the total. We can now decide to code this guy, utilization of artificial intelligence, into this guy, because SPSS does not recognize spaces in between characters. Okay, so we can decide to use UAI. Then we can decide for each of the questions to be UAI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is UAI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then also what you need to understand is that we can use two options to convert what you have here into something that SPSS can recognize. The first option is using random between, second option is using random array. Now we'll use both of them so that you would see something, right? So let's start with random between. So first off, we can decide to code undecided to be 1, disagree to be 2, and then agree to be 3. Okay, meaning that by the time you open this sheet for random between, remember we said we can use two options for generating data in Excel: random between, random array. So for the agree is 3, disagree is 2, this one is 1, total of course is 117, right? Meaning that you should scroll down to 122. Okay, 122. You should scroll down to 122 and then clear content. You scroll down to 122. Delete. You scroll down to 122. From here, from this 6, right, to 122. If you do 122, sorry, if you do 117 plus 6, it will give you 122. Okay, to give you 122. Okay, because this is included. This is included to give you 122. All right. So, but I'm saying that The options are, if I clear everything here, which I will do now for the purpose of this tutorial, clear content, right? Then for this guy, this is the last guy, so I'll always make sure that I'm seeing the last guy, because I'm going to go down the file very soon. Okay, so I can code everything in yellow, and the last, yeah, everything is perfect. So I make use of all these highlights so that you'll be seeing what I'm seeing or what I'm saying. So for this guy, we can use random between. When you say equals to random between, random between, right? Random between, the bottom value is 1, the top value is 3. So 1, 3, close bracket, press enter, right? Now, so what you need to do is drag down up to this place, then drag down up to this place. So with this, we have randomly generated data for this questionnaire. So UAI1 is the data for this guy, UAI2 is data for this guy, 3, 4 up to 6. Okay, so you can decide to copy just one of these, bring it here, paste, drag it down, same thing, drag it sideways, same thing, right? Then for the last guy, do the same thing, come here, paste, copy, paste. Messages are backing up on WhatsApp. Okay, so drag, then drag, right? So with this like this, we have successfully generated what data for this guy, UAI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then benefits of utilizing artificial intelligence, right? 1 to 6, so 2. Just select 1 and 2, drag down. Okay, sorry, and this guy should be here, and then we can clean this guy, say clear contents. Just give me a minute. Okay, right? The same thing goes for this third guy. You can start to say challenges faced by distance learning students, whatever. Okay, whatever, scroll down. Then this is 1, this is 2, this is 2. Right, select both and drag down. Okay, so that is why we have this guy up to 6, and then this guy up to 5. Okay. Distance learning students. All right. Just give me a minute. Okay, right, so that is how we have this. So this data was generated using what? Random between. Now alternatively, we can generate data using what? Random array. So for random between, this is the one we used, right? Then for random array, we can also generate data using random array. Okay, the only The only difference is for random between, you generate random data. For random array, you try to replicate an original you try to replicate an original data that you have somewhere exactly in another place. Okay, so if you want to replicate everything here exactly, you need to use random array. And then to use random array, you need to have the latest version of Microsoft Excel, which is Microsoft Excel 365. Okay, so we are done with this guy. So what we need to do is, for random between, we can just highlight these guys. This is our data that we'll take to Excel, to SPSS. Copy, Control N, then paste, right? Then delete empty spaces, and delete empty space, right? Then you save your file. Save your file, for instance, as I'm going to create a folder for this tutorial and we'll save it here temporarily. Okay, so this is random between. Okay, so this is random between data. I go together, so it is saved. You can close it. Now for random array is kind of different. If you come back to the original, we said random array, you use it to replicate something exactly the way it is. So if you do this, if you copy this guy, and copy this guy, right, you have it as this. Okay, you notice first number is 89, last number is 4. First number is 89, last number is 4, right? Now if you do it that way, what it means is that the whole of this are supposed to come under this guy. That's why the color is the same. The whole of this guy is supposed to come under this guy. That's why the color is the same. The whole of this is supposed to come under. The whole of this is supposed to come under this guy. That's why the color is the same. Like that, as long as you keep going. Okay. Then we're saying that this 89, if agree is 3, then we need 89 of it. If disagree is 19, then we need 2 of it. If undecided is 1, we need 9 of it. Okay, so what you need to do is, I'm going to clear everything from this. I'm going to clear everything from this. Clear content, right? Yeah, I'm going to clear content. Then I'm going to, for each of the last item, I'm going to use yellow. It's just for the purpose of the tutorial, nothing really special about yellow. I'm not even a yellow person. Let's use blue. I'm a blue person. Blue is good. Okay, so right now the idea of random this thing is, you say equals to random array, right? The number of rows we need is 89. Remember, 89 different responses saying agree, so 89, right? Then the number of the number of columns is what? 1. This is a column, right? 1 column, right? Then the minimum value, remember we're dealing with agree, so the minimum value is 3, the maximum value is still the same thing, 3, the same 3. Then is it going to be an integer or a this thing, what's it called, or a decimal? Integer, right? So true. Then you press enter. Then you notice that it is going to generate 89 different trees for you, right? Then you need to do the same thing for 19, the same thing for this other one. So I created something for all of that, so that you'll see. I can still send it for you if you need that. Yeah, this one. Okay, so for the first table, if you check, we need 89 how many times? 3 times. Okay, 89, 3 into 89 times, right? Then we need 19 into how many times? 2 times. You see, 19 2 times. Then we need 9 how many times? 1 time. Okay, that's 1 times 19, 1 times 9. Okay, the number of rows we need is this guy. The number of rows we need is this guy. Number of rows we need is this guy. Okay, so I've gone ahead to do the whole one for this guy, for the whole of this table. Okay, so I'm going to copy this guy. Okay, we need 19, which is represented by 2. Okay, we need 19 in 2 places. Sorry, we need 2 in 19 places. Okay, 2 in 19 places. Then we also need 1 in 9 places. Okay, so copy this other guy. I'm going to close some of these guys. They are distracting. Regression. Yeah, closing this. I'm also closing this guy. Alright, so we need 1 9 times, right? Then go back to the top. Here we need what? We need 3 21 times, we need 2 93 times, and then we need 1 how many times? That's undecided. We need undecided how many times? 3 times. Okay, so I've already prepared that like this. Okay, right, then you scroll down. You need what? You need 2 in 93 places, right? Scroll down. Then you need what? You need lastly, you need 1 in 3 places. So are you seeing? Right? Yeah. So you keep on doing that up to the point you finish for 1 table. All of these formulas are for 1 table. So assuming this is table 1, assuming the whole of this is table 1, the whole of this is table 2, that is how you keep on making the formulas. Okay, so for table 2, what you need to do is Excel table 2. What you need to do is copy this guy, right? And then you now come on, where is the Excel? You now come to random array, and then similarly you just paste them. Okay, so you need agree, undecided, and the rest. Okay, you need agree like that. So you need agree, 3 agrees. Sorry, you need agree, which is represented by 3 108 times. Is agree, which is represented by 2 8 times. Undecided, which is represented by 1 time. So that's how you fill in these guys. Okay, but we're saying that you mostly use random array when you need to do something very specific. Okay, so since we're not interested in doing, okay, you might be interested in doing something specific, so you have to sit down. Okay, I can send this thing over to you, then you now do something similar to it, and then you just keep modifying. So for instance, for B U A I 1, right? Let me just show you. Okay, you need to do what? You need to do 108, okay, which is represented by 3, right? And here you need to do what? 101, and here, sorry, make sure you don't modify the formula. Okay, then here the last one is what? 1. So you need 1. You need 1, right? for BUAI2, that's for this guy now, you need to do 101, 11, and 5. Then you now come and start putting it here. Okay, so let's just do for that other one. So BUAI1, come back into Excel, paste, scroll down, right? This guy is supposed to be, this guy is supposed to be what, 11, I think. Yes, 11. I made a mistake. Okay, this is supposed to be 11. So make sure you are always correct. If not, your calculation, if you scatter your calculation, yes. Let's see. Oh God. But just make sure your calculation is correct, sir. Your calculation was wrong here. That's just what it means. It's wrong here. Because it's supposed to be 117. This is 101, and this is 5. This is 106. This is supposed to be just 1. Okay? So your calculation is actually wrong here. Alright, so bottom line, we keep doing that till you generate the questionnaire precisely again. Okay, so you generate it precisely. Then let's bring everything into SPSS so that you will see we're going to be a bit fast. So I'll do import data Excel, and then I'll look for that folder which is inside my documents. Documents. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Let me just put it in download. Okay, so inside downloads, I just search for random between new, open it, and say okay. Alright, so what you need to do is, first of all, check everything is numeric, which is good. Then check everything is hitting this wall, which is bad for me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so copy, centralize everything, paste. You see, centralized, right? Now in SPSS you can switch between the variable view and data view like this. Okay, no, it's not working because you've not specified what 3 means, what 2 means, and what 1 means. So according to what we have here, we said 3 agree, disagree, or undecided. So we'll do the same in here. Now we've not saved this file, so we save it. Okay, so we'll save it. Right. So we'll save it as data analysis. Let me save it as random between new. Okay. Now we have saved the file, meaning that we can comfortably close that initial SPSS file we opened. this guy that we say we cannot work with. I don't want to save it. Okay, so close that. Then now we need to specify what 3 means, what 2 means, what 1 means. So you just come under values, just say 3 means what? Agree. 2 means what? Is agree. Then 1 means on the side, right? Say okay, copy it, do it across board because it means the same thing for all of them, right? Then the label is this guy. So the first 6 is for first table, so we do 1 2 3 4 5 6. You paste, you go scroll down to the next table like this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Paste, yeah, 6. Then scroll down to D5, these guys, right? And you paste also. Paste. By the time you paste, you save, right? So that by the time you come back to the data view and press on this, you see that it changes, right? Meaning that we're ready to do analysis. Okay. Now, what you need to do is go over to analyze, descriptives, frequency. Okay. You can now select everything, push it back in, then you create APS style table because it's less complex. Then you say okay. Alright, now by the time you do this, are you seeing that it's telling us that the number of valid responses is 117, which is what we are looking for as total for our respondents. Then for agree, are you seeing that for each of the items, it helps in providing different types of resources on a particular topic, which is the same thing as this VAI1. It helps in providing different types of resources on a particular topic, right? So, but this is randomly generated. That's why it's not exactly. So the number that were undecided are 41. Number that agreed is what? Disagreed is 36, like this. So this is randomly generated. That's why it's not really representing how it should be like. But you can modify accordingly if you want, or you can leave it like that. The choice is yours, right? So next step is okay. My phone is full. Next step is to export the data. Okay. Next part is export the data as random between new agent dash new. Alright, then you save. Okay. Now by the time you save, that is all. You just go ahead, locate the file. This is it. Open it. You do a little bit of house cleaning. For instance, you clean all of this up to this point, and you go ahead to maybe locate any random project topic, then get the heading. For instance, get the heading for this. Okay. Right. So go to this. No. Option. Contain formatting. Yeah. Right. Now, the only problem is that you have to now go back and check how many rows do you have. This is 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Then the number of columns is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. So 7 by 6, or 6 by 7. Anyone you want to do. So you go back to your Word. and close this guy. Then go back to your word. Then you insert table. You see 7 rows. This is rows. This is, let me use this. My head is hot, very hot. Okay, columns is 6, rows is 7. Alright, so you just say okay. Then you can then go ahead and copy this guy. And insert. Before I copy, let me modify this guy. Is it okay, sir? Just maintain. Okay, keep text only. And centralize everything. Okay, you can put it by brackets. Just depends on you. Then you start filling in the questionnaire. Start filling them in. You just copy and paste. Times New Roman 12. Alright. So with this, you just come undecided. For the percentage for undecided, this is it. You just paste it. Right? For disagree, like that, you just keep pasting. So you are done. It's very, very simple. So this is how you go about it. So you first of all generate the random data, save it, open it in Excel in SPSS, right? After opening it in SPSS, you manipulate the data into how SPSS can recognize and format it and interpret it properly. Then by the time you're done doing that, you use the Analyze tab to analyze descriptive statistics in APA format. Then you export. After you export, you bring it here, you clean up the data, and you start your chapter 4. Now, what if you have the case where you have hypothesis? Follow steps. Okay, let's say your hypothesis 1 is what is the effect or significant what is the significant relationship between utilization of artificial intelligence and the benefit of utilizing artificial intelligence, right? So you need to recognize which one is the independent variable and the dependent variable. Independent variable is the one that affects the outcome, which is your dependent variable. So if you change utilization of artificial intelligence, will benefits change? That's what you are trying to ask, right? Now remember that each of those questions had 6 items, but you need to convert that 6 items into 1. You need to convert the 6 items into 1 for each of the variables, so that you can compute this against this, or you can check the relationship between this and this. Now you have different statistical analysis to check. Don't mind me, I'm fast, I'm tired. I'm doing this for like the 3rd hour or 4th hour, so around 11. Okay, so and I made mistake, I didn't record the audio. Very crazy. Okay, so you have this, for instance. Now what you need to do is you need to collapse this for utilization, and then you need to collapse this for benefit. What you need to use is transform tab, then compute variable. Okay, so what you do is you can go back into the Excel file and copy this guy, right? Then come back into SPSS and paste. But the only problem is that SPSS does not recognize space, so you can use underscore, and then you can use underscore, right? Then for the function group, just locate statistical, then choose mean, because remember mean is total number divided by total number, addition of total number divided by total number. So if you have numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you add everything, then you divide by the total numbers. Okay, so that's mean. So it's the same thing here. You need to get the mean. So this guy, right, comma, this guy, comma, this guy, comma, this guy, comma, this guy, comma, and then finally this guy, right? Meaning that we are doing addition of all these numbers divided by 6 by the total number. Then you now say okay. Now if you say okay and you go back to your other SPSS tab, you notice that this guy just appeared from nowhere, utilization of artificial intelligence, and then when you scroll to your right, you notice that it has generated value for utilization of artificial intelligence. Okay, so what you need to do is, just like always, you centralize. I love centralizing. Okay, centralize so it will look reasonable. You can leave it at scale. Okay, so you see the values along these guys. Then you repeat the same step for this time around, not utilization, benefit of utilization of artificial intelligence, right? So, but you have to clean these guys. Then you have to go and start from here, comma, this guy, comma, this guy, comma, this guy, so this guy, comma, this guy, comma, and then finally this guy, and then you say okay. Now it's going to compute for you. I'm going to close this output window so that we can have something fresh there. Okay, but bottom line, you see this guy also has value that is hitting the edge, new values that are hitting the edge. So I'll just make it centralized, then scroll back. So we have utilization and we have benefit. These are actually two new different variables. I just appeared out of nowhere because we computed variables. Okay, because we computed variables, right? So now remember we said for hypothesis testing, you're actually doing one against another, independent variable against dependent variable, or multiple independent variables. For instance, age, race, gender, social demographic data against outcome, which is dependent variable. So we can now decide to say, if we're using correlation, just go under analyze and then say correlate and say bivariate. Okay, bivariate because it's two different variables that you are putting against each other. Now correlation just tells whether there's relationship or not. It doesn't tell us whether there's a cause, like in terms of percentage or whatever. It doesn't tell us. Okay, but let's just use it. When you say okay, you just wait. It now gives you an output. Okay, for instance, this Pearson correlation here is giving us 1. It's giving us 1 because utilization of artificial intelligence against utilization of artificial intelligence will be perfectly correlated. Okay, it's just like saying Said against Said or Sam against Sam. Of course, myself is perfectly correlated with myself. Okay, so that's why you have 1. Then this n tells you that this is the number of respondents. Okay, now if you check now, utilization against benefits, okay, is giving you 0.11, 0.113, and this guy is what is giving you 0.226, right? Now we need the two tilde to be 0.000 or anything like 0.05, so that we know that there's a relationship. But according to this randomly generated data, there is no relationship. Okay, because this two tilde value, which is 0.226, is actually greater than 0.005. Okay, sorry, yeah, 0.05 is actually greater than 0.05, right? So meaning that there's no correlation, meaning that if we're actually testing hypothesis, then there's no correlation between utilization of artificial intelligence against the benefits of using artificial intelligence. Okay, then we can now do another statistical test if we so like. Under analyze, instead of correlate, you go under regress, linear regression. Now the independent variable is the one affecting, so utilization is the one affecting benefits. So benefit is dependent, right? if you need to do any settings, you check, and for instance at 95% confidence interval CI, another setting, but this guy should be on enter, and you press OK. Okay, and you press OK, it gives you an output. So your result actually starts from this regression, and the other correlation starts from here. So let's go back to regression. Under regression, we're seeing that the method is enter. The method is enter, right, which is the correct one. For your R value is 1.113. Then this thing, R squared value, is telling us that utilization accounts for about 13% of the likely cause, or the relationship between them is just 13%, and R squared value and blah 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 blah. Then this value, significant value, is the same thing as your two-tailed value. Whatever value is significant, especially if it is high, right? Then scroll down, you need, okay, this is the actual value. This guy is the constant. I didn't mean everything was equal. This will be the value, okay, but this is the value we have. Your T value is also significant, and then your B value is also significant. The higher for this, the better, and then the lower for this, the better. So this is how you test for hypothesis, depending on the kind of hypothesis though. But you have to always, most times you have to compute the variables. You have to compress variables from different questions items into single independent or dependent variable. So this is it. So I'll stop here for 2 minutes. I think that's a good time to stop. Yeah, so I think maybe I'll just put the video on my YouTube and see. Maybe it will help somebody apart from you. So that's just it though. Alright, take care now.